All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at another Hexbug JunkBot, another Series 1 JunkBot from the Alley collection, and this time around we are taking a look at Tumbleweed. Yeah, this is a pretty neat little JunkBot. He's got some fun stuff going on here. The main body module is I would assume it's a washing machine, although I suppose it could also be a dryer, some kind of laundry machine. He is a laundry. And yeah, it works pretty well. He's got some little, like, knobs and dials here that kind of make the eyes of the figure, like, clearly like some sort of dial for some kind of setting right there. And then what's kind of neat about this one is it's got a bit of the metal of the machine kind of like wrapped over it, so it kind of makes a little angry eye there. I think that's pretty cool. And then because his name is Tumbleweed and he's kind of I guess a cowboy type, he's got a little cowboy hat on the top here. I think that's pretty neat. I love the arms on this guy have a lot of neat stuff going on. Like, they've kind of used several parts here to make like a little sort of like I don't know what you'd call that mechanism, but the kind of like double hinge section working there, and then the little kind of, I don't know, it kind of looks like a little rocket ship, honestly. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be, but it's a neat little part. And then obviously can rotate or come off at the base here. And for his other arm, he's got this neat little kind of like grabby claw that actually has a little bit of like spring-loaded, like kind of a spring-loaded mechanism to it. It's not like terribly dramatic, but you like pull it back and then let it go, and it kind of jolts forward a little bit. But I also really like this little, grabby claw piece. I think that's pretty neat. And then he's got a little iron for his foot here. We've seen that piece before, but it still works pretty well. I like how he's just got the one foot, and it's like there's like a section of the machine that's like dented upward, and that's where the foot is. So he sits a little bit off level, but like not as much as it would be if you just like put this on one of the other sections that is level. So, I think it's kind of a cool look there. And then he also has the a little radar dish arm coming out the back here. And this is kind of interesting because I for a while I've had the JunkBot Aerial 51, the kind of maybe like a cement mixer or something like that. But in the instructions for Aerial 51, like in the actual like the image of it, not the build section, but just like the image of the build put together, it does actually have this piece as part of it. But in the actual build section and the figure itself doesn't come with this piece. It's just the radar dish attached to this. So I wasn't actually sure that this was like a real piece that existed in other builds, but apparently it is, because this guy has it. It's used pretty much to the same effect that it looks like it's used on Aerial 51, whereas in the actual build for Aerial 51, it just doesn't have this middle piece. It's just the dish connected straight to the green piece. But either way, I think he's a pretty cool little build. One of those, JunkBots that's really more kind of following the vibe of like, okay, here is like a piece of garbage and then just like limbs sticking out of it. I have found that this arm at the elbow has gotten pretty loose for whatever reason, unless you like rotate it a certain way, so it's happening to be grabbing the ball joint in the right way, which is, not atypical for JunkBots. A lot of them do stuff like that, where like the joints loosen up over time or just have like really kind of weird tolerances, but it's manageable. But yeah, no, I like his vibe, all things considered. Speaking of the little instruction sheets, here he is, his little build sheet here, and then where all the parts go and how everything kind of fits together. That works pretty well. In terms of his use with the little modules, I guess we'll start off here with the vibration module, which you can just plug in the back here. I don't know how well this is going to work for him. I suspect his arm won't survive. Oh, look at that! He's moving around. That actually works pretty well. That works than most of the guy. Oh, he stopped. But, I feel like maybe just because of the way that he sits on the ground with the one foot kind of sticking up, it does kind of, allow him to jitter around a little bit more. So, it's still not overly that exciting, but better than the vibration module usually goes, honestly. Then for the motor module, I guess you can kind of plug it either way, like this or like this. Maybe there's like a difference in the distance here. No, that seems like it. I don't know. Well, it doesn't actually honestly feel like it fits in there at all, like this. Oh, there we go. And then, okay, let's get it working. Okay, yeah, it just moves the drum in there. That probably would suggest that it is a, no, I don't know. Both washing machines and dryers have like spinning parts like that. So still could be either way. But you know, it's probably what you'd expect for a body module like this. It's honestly kind of hard to tell what's actually happening, but yeah, you can see it in there. Something's moving around. It's basically just the big drum in the middle there. Just the outside section is spinning around. And then for the LED module, we can just plug it onto the back here. Oh, we're missing one of the things there. And there's a few spots here. Okay, let's see. Well, the main body module itself, you can plug it into one of these ports here like that. It's the other port literally just, yeah, okay, maybe we'll plug this into the motor section so that we can get the other port here. Are there any others? Is that it? Oh, you could plug it into where this arm is plugged in, but we've got an arm there, so we'll save that, and then maybe the same on the other side. Yeah, so that's interesting that all of the connection points for this guy are like where other pieces are actually connected. Is there one up here? Yeah, there's one up here, kind of underneath the hat as well. But okay, we've got two there, and then we can plug it into the little radar dish up here as well, which is not a super deep connection because this piece is so thin, but I think we can probably get that to manage. Yeah, might have to hold that in place. Come on, let's just stay. All right, well, that does not seem to want to stay, so I guess I'll just hold it up to that, but turn off the lights here. So here's what it looks with the little, how it looks with the little radar dish, which works super well, so it's a shame that it doesn't actually, you know, that connection doesn't stay super well, just because the actual port for you to plug it in is not super, super like deep. Let's try maybe one of the closer ones. Yeah, there, okay, that kind of works. And we can plug this one where that one was. And yeah, you know, just lights up the body pretty much exactly as you'd expect. It just lights up the main section here. Let's pull this out a little bit so it's not going through the opaque plastic quite as much, and then lights up his little eye as well. So, you know, that works all right. Again, I wish that the connection between that piece was a little bit deeper to make that work a little bit better, but when it actually is in there, I think it looks pretty cool, and I think it looks pretty cool on the body section as well. But yeah, that's how he works with the modules. In terms of comparisons for this guy, we've got, let's do a G1 and a core class transformer. We've got a bot, just angry cheese here. I don't think we've gotten a washer or dryer bot, so just there he is with a bot that is irrelevant to his whole build. But and here he is with Jack Static, who dropped his sword there, but that's okay. You still get the idea. So, you know, he's kind of a short one down low to the ground, which is why I think the vibration module works a little bit better on him. But yeah, pretty good JunkBot overall. I will say, like, you know, he's got the thing going on where it's just like, okay, you've got the main section here, which is recognizable, and you've got the hat and that iron, but everything else is kind of just generic, like, you know, nondescript machine parts, which you know, as long as the main body and a couple things have something that's recognizable, I think that's okay. But, you know, there are some that are just like, okay, this entire thing is just made out of generic machine parts and you can't really, you know, distinguish what it's supposed to be made out of. But I think it works well with him, even if it's only a few parts. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to him. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Hexbug JunkBots. Oh, I didn't do his, yeah, okay, wait. We got, we almost made it to the end there. I've been rating these guys on keep, scrap, or edit, and this is a keep for me. I like this build a lot. Nothing I would change. There we go. Here we have Hexbug JunkBots Tumbleweed from the Alley collection.